Good evening. We have Trivikram, CTO of Aloha. So Vikram, how does Aloha turns recovery into a smoother, smarter journey?
Hi, thanks for asking this question. So in any fintech industry, one of the major challenge that people are facing is the collections. You lend the money to the customers. When you try to call back to the customer, some customers try to disconnect your calls. They will try to barge your calls. They will blacklist you. As a result of that, we are losing billions of dollars, right? This is one of the greatest challenge as an industry we have to solve. At Aloha, what we done was, whenever you call to customer, we will make sure the caller ID is unique. So you call to a customer 100 different times. Every single time we will make sure the customer will receive a different DID number. So at some point of time, he feels that it's a new genuine number and try to answer the call. The first important thing is the connectivity. When the customer answers the call, then at least you will get an opportunity to talk to the customer. So we understood about the crux of how the Truecaller marks a DID number of spam after a big research of 1 year, and we try to reverse engineer that and created our own internal algorithm. This algorithm, we call it as Recovery X. Using Recovery X, we will make sure whenever you contact the customer, the DID number will not go spam. That's the crux of this Aloha Recovery X product.
That's great. So what makes Alohaa.ai dialer the cool upgraded fusion of regular dialer?
Okay, if you look at the traditional dialers, right, there are various dialers ranging from preview to predictive to, there are solo dialers, there are whole plenty of dialers. Each dialer has its own limitations. Take a classic example of preview dialer or power dialer. In the case of preview or power dialer, you spoke to the customer. Right after that, the system will initiate the next call. After that, the system will initiate the next call. This is how the traditional dialers work. Whereas if you look at the predictive dialer, based on the total number of agents or the callers available in your department, it will initiate the calls. For instance, the pacing ratio is 2 and the number of agents are 10, the system is going to blast 20 calls at a time, right? The limitation with this system is the pacing ratio is constant, which means if the pacing ratio is 2, you are going to blast 20 calls. If the pacing ratio is 3 and the number of agents are 10, you are going to blast 30 calls, which means you are hard coding that value. As a result of that, what is happening is sometimes even the customers are answering the call, your agents would not able to available to answer that calls. And there is a lot of abundant rate. Abundant rate in the sense, agents are not available to pick up your calls. So we have created a AI dialer which will understand about the pickup rates, which will also understand about the call duration, and it will also understand about how many agents are available in the system. It will make sure the connectivity will go significantly higher and making sure that the drop rates will go significantly lower. So apart from this, what we are doing is, especially in the case of calling, in the customer care departments, when the customer speak with the available agent, sometimes what happens is the conversation would go wrong or the heated conversations will happen, right? The customers are frustrated and they want to get a refunds or whatever it is, right? So with the traditional applications, the traditional systems, what we do is, post this call, we'll try to analyze the call recordings, we'll interpret the voice and the conversation, what happened between the customer and the agent. And as a manager of the company, I will try to call back to the same customer again and understand about the sentiment of that customer. Maybe I will give the refund. I will try to cool him down with various strategies without coming down the reputation of the company, right? Whereas if you look at that AI-powered dialer with Aloha, what you can do is, we will deploy a AI voice bot or we'll deploy a AI agents onto the live calls. This AI agent will understand the sentiment between the calls. Assume that you are a customer and I am a calling agent. This AI bot will sit in between us and silently listen to the conversation. It will also understand about the sentiment. It will understand the behavior of the customer as well as the behavior of the calling agent. If the conversation is going rude or conversation is going wrong, this AI agent will automatically flag this call as a red mark and immediately forward the information to the respective floor manager. That floor manager barging onto the live call and trying to convince the customer with his best strategies. So the fundamental nature of difference between the traditional dialers and the AI dialer is, with the traditional dialers, post the damage, you are trying to convince the customer. With the help of these AI dialers, during the call itself, you are trying to analyze the impact and trying to minimize the damage. That is the fundamental nature of AI dialer.
For now, you're just covering the audio calls, right? So do you have any future plans for video thing also?
Video calls we are not planning immediately. Depending on the market sentiment, probably we may evolve. But currently today, most of the customers would receive telecom calls as a voice. Probably in the future, if the system evolves, maybe people are interested to take the video calls using kind of technologies like Zoom or Google Meets, then probably we may go in that direction. But I don't think this is in the near future.
Okay. So as you have shared this book named Unblock, what is it all about?
So as I said, particularly maybe I can just present this book. This is called Unblock. So we did 1 year deep research about how recovery industries work, how the collection department works, why the numbers are getting spammed, how can you overcome these mitigations. Whole billions of dollars are getting wiped out just because you are not able to reach to the customer. The customers are blocking your calls. How can you mitigate that? How can you overcome that? This book will cover a lot of tricks and tips. How can you reach out to the customer and how can you ensure to increase your pickup rate? So I would highly recommend to read this book so that you will also get the knowledge on how to contact the customer first. Contacting the customer is the very first thing. Once you get the contact the customer, then the second thing is probably you can have the smoother conversation.
How to get this book? As you have distributed here, if someone wants to get this book, where they can get?
So probably we are planning to keep it in Amazon, and we will also keep it a form in our Aloha website. If somebody interested, they can fill the form, and we'll distribute that book.
You have such a nice concept for the dialers, like for BPO and other companies. How to reach out to you guys if they want your services?
So myself, I'm a CTO and co-founder of Aloha. So you can reach out to me on LinkedIn, or you can go to our Aloha website and go to about us and
URL of your website.
Our Alohaa.ai, Alohaa.ai is our website name, and my name is Trivikram, and my LinkedIn URL is Trivikram as well. Same.
Thank you very much for your great insight. Have a good day. Thank you.